Welcome to the Nourish to Thrive podcast, faith-forward, science-backed strategies for women who want more energy, less weight, and real answers. I'm your host, Tanya Pennington-Miller, a functional nutritional therapy practitioner and functional blood chemistry specialist with a master's degree in applied clinical nutrition. If you're tired of feeling dismissed by your doctor, confused by your labs, and stuck in survival mode, you're in the right place. Here, we simplify the science. We get to the root, and we anchor it all in truth, because God made your body to heal and thrive, not just survive. It just needs the right kind of support and less noise. Hello, my friend. Welcome into the Nourish to Thrive podcast. I am so glad you're back with me today. It has been a big couple of weeks around here. So last week, I shared with you my full masterclass where I walked you through why so many women's bodies stop responding after 35 and what actually needs to shift in order to start seeing results again. And if you haven't listened to that yet, I highly recommend it. I give a lot of information in that masterclass. But at the end of it, if you listen to the whole thing, you would hear that I opened for enrollment for my DNA Reset for Fat Loss Academy. And this is where I take functional lab testing and DNA testing to create a blueprint, a personalized blueprint for each woman who signs up so that she can start seeing results again. Now, as you're listening to this episode, those seats have filled and enrollment is now closed, which honestly fills my heart with so much gratitude, because it means that we have a full cohort of women right now who are about to start getting real answers about what is actually going on inside of their bodies. So today, I just wanted to kind of sit down with you for a few minutes and do a little reflection episode, because there's something that has just really stood out to me over this past couple of weeks between the masterclass and the conversations I had with both women who joined the academy and women who didn't end up joining. I really kept hearing the same theme over and over again. And it can really be summed up in one sentence. Women are not confused about what to do. They're confused about why it stopped working. The women who joined the academy are not beginners, okay? Like, they've been doing the things. They have cleaned up their food. They've tried fasting, tracked macros, worked out consistently. They cut carbs, added in supplements. Like, they are capable women. They are disciplined women. They are women who are used to figuring things out. And yet the same message I kept hearing was some version of, I used to know how to get results. Now it feels like nothing works the same way. And what makes this even more confusing, I think, is that, so many of these women have gone to their doctors looking for answers. Like, they say, run all the blood work that you can on me, right? Like, they are looking for answers, and only to be told everything looks normal, which leaves them sitting there thinking like, okay, but I don't feel normal, right? And I go into detail about this on the masterclass call. They feel like their energy is lower, their sleep is lighter, their body composition is changing, and the strategies that used to work are no longer working the same way anymore. So now they're left in this like really strange middle space. They know enough to realize something has shifted, but they don't have the physiological explanation for why. So they keep trying to repeat the same strategies that used to work, and when the results don't come, they start assuming the problem must be them, that they have lost discipline, that they've lost their drive, that maybe they've just gotten lazy. But when you step back and you actually look at the physiology that we talked about, like, that is almost never the real story, because the body that you have at 38 or 45 or 55 or 60 is operating in a very different environment than the body that you had at 25. And as women move into perimenopause and eventually menopause, the ovaries gradually start producing less estrogen and progesterone. And the body begins leaning more heavily on your adrenal glands to fill in that space, right? But the adrenals are not just involved in sex hormone production. The adrenal glands are what help your body to manage stress. So if life already carries a fair amount of stress, so this can look like work, any of your responsibilities, sleep disruption, caring for other people, just all the things that women tend to carry, those same glands that have been carrying you through all of that are now being asked to start to produce more sex hormone. And when that happens, the strategies that you used to use that maybe felt simple, like tightening up your food, fasting a little bit longer, adding some more workouts, like those can start to feel like more of a stressor on your body because your body is operating in a different hormonal landscape than it used to. And when that shift begins happening in the body, it explains why things that used to feel simple suddenly are feeling harder to sustain. Because what I see happening for so many women is this cycle where they keep on trying to tighten things up, right? And I'm sure this sounds familiar to you. You eat a little less, you push a little harder, you add another workout, you extend a fast a little bit longer. But the body starts becoming more cautious about releasing energy. Recovery takes longer. Sleep becomes lighter. Fat loss ultimately slows down. These same strategies that once felt straightforward start to feel like they are backfiring, which is why so many women end up in this very cycle, hoping that at some point, the results that they used to see will eventually come back. So now, instead of asking, why can't I stick with anything anymore? The question we need to ask is, what is my body responding to right now? And that's a very different place to start from. Because when you begin looking at things through that lens, you can start paying attention to the factors that actually shape how your body responds now. These are things like stress load, your sleep quality, your recovery, your hormone shifts, the overall demands that your system is carrying. And when those pieces begin to stabilize, many of the symptoms that you're trying to fight will start to make more sense. If you listen to the call, you know I talk about symptoms like the light on our dashboard that tells us something is going on underneath the hood, right? We need to take a look. And moments like this always remind me, our body was designed with so much more wisdom than we often give it credit for. God didn't create a system that randomly stops working on us halfway through life, right? What most women are experiencing in this season is a shift in the environment their body is operating in. It's not the body breaking down. And learning to support the body in that new season changes the entire conversation. So this is just something I've kind of been reflecting on, after the past couple of weeks, because I am just really realizing how many women are in this very place. So I know this was a super short one today, and it's more reflective than it is informational, but I just want to tell you to stick around if this resonates with you, because I have so much more coming for you. So thank you for sitting with me for this conversation today, and I'll see you back here next week, sister. That's it for today on the Nourish to Thrive podcast. If you found value here, I'd love for you to subscribe, leave a review, or send it to someone who's walking a similar path. Keep showing up, keep asking questions, and know that healing is possible, especially when you trust the one who designed your body to heal. Until next time, stay rooted in truth and nourished in grace.